And they were demanding it with their pins. A demand. How out of touch are you? No one cares about your pin. And no one is saying, oh, well, these celebrities that I don't even know their names wore pins that were demanding all of this to stop in all these separate areas with all separate people in play and issues in play. But yeah, we demand a ceasefire everywhere, forever. I would love peace on earth too. But I'm not going to come to a red carpet event, dressed super fancy, wearing a pin, and saying, I demand right now peace on earth. I got a pin. Stop it. Stop. You cannot make blanket statements about things like ceasefire in the entire world. That doesn't have logic to it. That is an emotional statement. Yeah, you know what? I like rainbows and butterflies and bunnies too. I wish that the government would not give me taxes to pay, but would just give me butterflies and bunnies on tax day. And I demand it because I have a button. I'm not saying people shouldn't have opinions. It's just yours aren't effective.
Let's go.
Celebrity is officially dead. It's been dead for a while, but I am calling it celebrity is dead. And it's a joke. And I don't know if that's actually going to come back. Is that for the best? Is it? I don't know. Let's explore that together. So flash fame, which I've talked about before, has replaced true fame. Now, I'm going to say this, and this is controversial, and I don't expect everyone to agree, but I expect everyone to have an opinion. I think maybe Leonardo DiCaprio might be the last actual true Hollywood superstar movie star actor. I honestly believe that. At one point, we really thought that the Timothée Chalamet might have been that, especially as he was growing into it. You were starting to see the longevity, you were starting to see the humbleness, you were starting to see everyone kind of liking him, and it didn't seem like he had any bad blood, and he had good interviews. He seemed very down to earth, relatable. But the second he got to a point where the PR left and he could start controlling, his true colors came out. At first, I really thought he had a little bit more class and maybe a little bit more taste. I know he has a family that grew up in the ballet, so I don't think he doesn't have ability or taste in his mind. I don't know how well he is at speaking. And I don't know at this point, maybe it's just his age, if he's just been trained well enough in entertainment. Maybe he just didn't take it seriously. But the last year of him promoting everything, I don't blame Kylie Jenner, has been a train wreck. It's the Meghan Markle stuff. How do you become a royal that everyone is watching your wedding, and within a few years you are hated, you are a joke? Are they just that unlikable? Are they just that unrelatable? How do you have everything on a platter? There's really no way you could mess this up. And they messed it up. And I feel like that's what happened with Timothée. And part of it makes me think it's just because maybe as a person, he wasn't able to handle it. Maybe he wasn't taught. I just don't think maturity, he was developed. Or he was getting bad advice. I'm not sure, but to me, it's such a dramatic difference that it had to have been that people were handling him prior, telling him exactly what to say, how to act, and now he's more being himself, and it's not great. That could be the possibility. Or it's just some people just aren't always likable. You get in your cocky era. So there could be hope for him at some level. But the thing that isn't there is the respect for the system and the willingness to play. Before, I felt like he was playing the game because people were teaching him and he was polite. But there was something that clicked that I don't know what was lost in him. He stopped thinking it was important to play the Hollywood game. He thought that being popular on Instagram would translate and force Hollywood, the Oscars, the elite people who are really snobby, as allegedly, reportedly, well, we know of, it seems like they're very snobby, right? But he felt like that they could not go against the fact that, say, Marty Supreme did so well, and that it was so talked about, and it was just so hyped. He really wanted to sit on that hype rather than doing what, say, Kate Hudson's parents and Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, where apparently, reportedly, allegedly, they really worked the Academy to get Kate Hudson in there, right? Because that's how that system works. That's how the award system works. That's how it works. You play the game. And Timothée thought he did not have to play the game. Is that right or wrong? I think playing a game to be polite is playing the game of just human society. And if you cannot or are not willing to do that, I worry about your maturity level as a human. That's honestly, like, if you want to be a celebrity, you want to be in Hollywood, you want to win an Oscar, and you are not willing to play that game, that is very clear the game you have to play to win. Maybe he's like, I want to, flip the system over. I want to change it completely. This is elite Hollywood. Like, okay, go to social media. That's fine. You're obviously famous. You're going to get more work. But to me, he was up there where maybe he could become a movie star vibe. I thought. Now he's just wholly unlikable, and a lot of people want him to fail. I'm not sure how that happened so quickly. It's unfortunate. Luckily, he still has talent, unlike, Meghan Markle, that stuff. Like, I just am not sure what they're doing. Timothée, is an actor who does work and acts, right? He's not a reality star doing reality to get his money and recognition. So maybe it doesn't matter, if you like him or not, but to me, the old movie stars, and, even Tom Hanks used to be like that, but then he's been talking a lot. And when you start to alienate populations, you lose your movie star, in my opinion. When you stop playing the game to just be a likable human and be kind to people. So it's more true now than it's ever been before, is that nobody cares more about celebrities than other celebrities. When you watch something like the Oscars, you're really just seeing a bunch of people who are full of themselves, patting each other on the butt, Actually, if you watch the SAG, which now they call just the Actors Award, no, just call it the SAG. Stop changing things and thinking you're now related. No, SAG is the most pretentious award show ever. I mean, I think the Oscars is fairly pretentious, but the SAG is literally just, let's just sit here and talk about how great we are and how great actors are. The SAG's the worst. But the Oscars are not much better. They just love themselves. And I enjoy watching the movie stars on the red carpet. I don't really care about the awards. I never watched the award show part. But I really enjoy watching the red carpet kind of stuff and seeing how they look. And I don't want to watch 80 people. I just want to watch the group, the movie star group. The very few small group of 10 women who look really awesome, 10 guys who look really awesome. I was not interested in anything else. I didn't want to see what Timothée was going to wear. He doesn't dress well. He's not good at dressing. So it never interests me what he wears on the red carpet. I did think there were way too many glasses. I don't think we need to bring that back. And clearly black was the color of the night. And the worst thing about the carpets, though, now, the pins. I just don't know who most of these people are. They're not celebrities. I know who the movie star might be, but that's about it. So as a group of people who were demanding the end too, they put in a lot of unrelated things. So it was Palestine and Venezuela, Cuba. It was all these places that really, they were separate issues. So go with one, but you can't just stop it. Oh, and then ICE was in there too, because it was everywhere, and it was oppression, and and they were demanding it with their pins. It was a demand. A demand. How out of touch are you? No one cares about your pin. And no one is saying, oh, well, these three celebrities that I don't even know their names wore pins that were demanding, all of this to stop in all these separate areas with all separate people in play and issues in play. But yeah, we demand a ceasefire everywhere, forever. How out of touch are you? I would love peace on earth too. But I'm not going to come to a red carpet event, dressed super fancy, wearing a pin, and saying, I demand right now peace on earth. I got a pen. And stop it. Stop. You cannot make blanket statements about things like ceasefire in the entire world. It doesn't have logic to it. That is an emotional statement. Yeah, you know what? I like rainbows and butterflies and bunnies too. I wish that the government would not give me taxes to pay, but would just give me butterflies and bunnies on tax day. And I demand it because I have a button. None of that makes sense. We need people who have plans, who have logic. If you want to talk about what you believe, come with a plan, come with an understanding. Don't just say, I'm here for you, support, wear a pin, and I demand a ceasefire. I demand to sit down with the president as a citizen of the United States, and I demand a ceasefire. It's not how it works. So I think if anything about any award season has become more clear, it is that celebrity is dead. No one cares. And it's so cringy, more so than ever. And they preach to you and they have no idea what they're talking about. Do they understand how history works? This whole stolen lands, it's a joke because it doesn't seem like they have done any research, that they even know what they're talking about. And they don't even back it up. All they do is wear a pin in a fancy dress and talk to some news commentator. It's not even a news commentator, it's some entertainment reporter. I'm not saying people shouldn't have opinions. It's just yours aren't effective. And the way that you're presenting them is self-indulgent and actually hurting your cause. If there was someone who might want to listen to what you have to say, the way that you're saying is so pretentious and so condescending that it actually makes them work hard to not agree with you. And that's an unfortunate thing that humans do, but we do it. It's very easy for us to talk ourselves into just finding every reason in the world to dislike you. I mean, it's what we do constantly. I'm doing it with Timothée Chalamet. Do I think he needs the entire world to push him off his pedestal? No, just do his work. I am still hoping that he will snap out of this and become a movie star. Let me know your thoughts, and you can also like, comment, subscribe. All right, I will see you soon.
Let's go.